like literally all day. Why do you wait till just now?
Uh,
Shit.
You done? You done? Cause
Listen,
Diva, you hear him fussing?
I,
Don't nobody care about him fussing, huh,
I
Diva?
don't take too kindly to you ignoring me in these moments. I don't take too kindly to it.
Am I ignoring you?
That's what it seems like.
I am. I guess I am a little, not a lot. I'm not ignoring you. I'm ignoring your foolery, your behavior. What was going on with Marianne? Why does she have a broken heart?
Not sure, man, but
And she's
I mean, prayers
crying.
up for her. Prayers up
Marianne,
for her.
what's going on? A broken heart and you're crying. These emojis have me uh for a minute. Oh, look at you. You done already started. Prayers for a mended heart. So you're reading through the between the lines?
Yeah, I saw the broken heart, so obviously I feel like something's going on. So obviously prayers up for her though, for sure.
For sure, yeah. What's going on?
You
Who is
talking to me?
Jackson?
You know, I think that's Ham Solo. That's young Ham.
Not
Some
coming out here saying hi to you and not me, it ain't.
Oh wait a minute, hold on. I said young Ham Solo. It should be Yam Solo. Let me do that again.
You think this is a Dior?
Yeah, that's Dior.
You guys, you see I changed the layup. I mean the what is it called? The layout. Now we come to
Was
the screen.
good. I don't even know how you say that name, but anyway,
I'm
Yam Solo was happening.
You think that's him?
Yeah,
What
yeah,
makes
yeah.
you think that?
We IG friends now.
Oh, that's his name on
So
the
yeah, that's his name on IG. So
well, why he's I don't like this.
well, you know what? He's 20. This is what 20-year-old niggas do. You
He's
know, they always he's 19, 20. You know the nigga's young. He's a young nigga. Oh,
Ooh,
either way it goes. Like, you know,
not he's a young nigga.
young niggas is always reinventing themselves.
What is it?
I
Is
fucks with
is that what it
it. I
is
fucks with
that
it in a real
is that
way.
is that what he hi Cherokee?
What's
That's
good,
what he's doing.
Cherokee? What's good, Susan? What's happening? What's happening? Jacuse, what's happening? Let's keep it real. Thanks for sliding. What's good, Chantel? Thank you for sliding. Y'all, we got a dope ass show tonight. We gonna get into some topics. We're gonna handle some business and get some
Y'all
shit,
know
you
something
know,
I don't
popping.
know. I'm so glad
Why
he's
you don't
prepared
never
to do
know shit?
something.
Just
Never
flow.
we didn't talk. But I'm so
Just
glad you
flow.
got something on because I didn't have nothing to talk about. Not a goddamn
No,
thing.
you can't just read the floor. You can't read the room in this
I
bitch.
thought you were coming on. Oh, that was the broken heart. Okay. I don't like being
Oh,
close.
so you know what? I'll take the prayer back then. We don't need the
I
prayers for
thought you
that.
were coming on. Okay,
That's
Marion, here we
sweet.
go.
That's
Susan.
hella sweet.
Susan. Oh, look what he said. I'm a young nigga. Oh, that's the
It,
YN. He said, nah, it's just my first name. I just replaced the A with an X.
yeah, young nigga shit. Oh, so wait a minute. This is a real question to all the YNs that's out there. Is that the normal thing? Because there's this artist and his name is BLXST or some shit like that. And I was wondering, what does that X actually stand for? So is
This is
his
one of
name
his songs right here.
Blast? Is that
Oh,
what the guy's name is? Is it Blast or am I bugging? I couldn't
no,
figure out what it was. So I just called a nigga Blix.
no, it ain't no Blitz. What the
What?
hell? You making
Look,
up shit, huh?
BLXST.
You
Blix
don't
is.
pronounce the X, you nigga.
Why
What's
wouldn't
wrong?
I?
What's wrong with you? You don't pronounce no X.
So what do you pronounce? What do
Okay,
you
it's pronounced blast, nigga.
It's Blast. So yeah, so young niggas put the A instead of the X instead of the A. I learned something new today.
When you say
Blast.
it, just replace the X with an
I
A.
learned something.
Replace the X with
So
the
my
X.
name.
Right?
So
Like
okay,
this.
hold on. So would that work for everything? Hold on, right a second.
Blast. You guys, we just here, apparently. Let's keep it real. Why haven't you answered my question? What is your name?
So would that be? Is that
Oh shit. Look at this
Is that?
nigga. Now here he go with this shit.
Hold on.
Now he trying to do it too.
See,
Dynamic.
this shit don't look right because that look like Jackson.
Look at this. Look at this. But he got everybody confused. Look at Susan. Susan said, fuck it. I'm putting a V where the C go. Listen, we too old for all this mixing and matching. The fuck? Susan said, fuck it. JXCVUE. Jacksview. Nigga, you got us playing hopscotch around this motherfucker. What the hell?
Hey, but look, hey, I
Here
like
we
that
go
though.
with
Go
this
back to
shit
it.
right here. Here we go with this shit right here. I'll
Oh,
be
thank
back.
you,
I know I'll be back.
Marianne.
Let me just put a song on. I'll be back. Let me go get my
Wait,
coffee.
you gonna play my song or yours
Yeah,
first?
let me go get. This is by Blixt. It's called
Okay, that's
Overrated.
Blixt. Let's go. That's not my
No,
song
it's
though.
Blast. It's Blast. I was kidding.
You ain't even gotta say it.
Ooh, this shit is fire
Misunderstood,
though.
don't need to be complicated. You know we good, no reason to be explaining. Just give me loyalty, cause love is overrated.
Let's go.
I know you love appreciated. That dog,
What's
that
good,
we
Rux?
you
Thanks for
know we
fighting
good, no
always.
reason to be explaining. Just want your loyalty, love is overrated.
Hey, turn that
Are
shit up
you
though.
down to bleed the streets with me? Or could
She didn't
you
hear me, y'all.
be blinded by all this lights you see? I'm willing to give you all this love I got. But no relationships involved. I just need your loyalty, that's all. Don't need love. You ain't even gotta say it. Misunderstood, don't need to be complicated. You know we good, no reason to be explaining. Just give me loyalty, cause love is overrated. Yeah. I know you love when we shade it. That dog, they hate it when we isolated. You know we good, no reason to be explaining. Just want
I
your
love that part.
loyalty, love is overrated.
Let's
Yeah.
go.
You know if I ever let money ain't nothing if you got nobody to share it with. Heart on my sleeve, who got a problem with wearing it? Time ain't free, so if you got it, then cherish it. You know the code never switch, my love legit. You know I'ma go all out for my shit. If we ever fall out, get it right back. And if it's up, let it stick, and it's like that. You ain't even gotta say it. Misunderstood, don't need to be complicated. You know we good, no reason to be explaining. Just give me loyalty, cause love is overrated. Yeah. I know you love when we shade it. That dog, they hate it when we isolated. You know we good, no reason to be explaining. Just want your loyalty, love is overrated. Are you down to bleed the streets with me? Or could you be blinded by all this life you see? I'm willing to give you all this love I got. But no relationships involved. I just need your loyalty, that's all. Don't need love.
Period. What? I'm back. What's happening? What
You know, you know
Hey
what fucks me
Siri,
up.
set my timer for 5 minutes.
You know what fucks me up
What
is
happened?
that I never expect that shit. It's like there's at no point did I have an expectation that you would slide into the screen like that.
Not slide in, right?
Slide in. You just
I
slid in the background.
I, I didn't I didn't expect it either.
Hey, you ever seen them news videos where the news reporters be out and the motherfuckers will slide through right behind them and start wilding?
Right, fucking up the scene. Oh yeah, look at this.
Man.
What's going on in here while I was gone?
Ooh, I know she didn't call her Pinocchio.
What
I know
happened? Let's move on, man.
she better behave because Marianne ain't
Hi,
told no lies in this
Deshaun.
motherfucker. None.
What's going on in here? I'm
What's
looking through
good,
the
V
comments.
Peach? What's happening?
Peachy's here too. I got to get through these comments. I'm
Jacquees,
way down here.
Jacquees said you dancing like Cleo from Set It Off.
What? This nigga right here. Typical 49ers fan. Wait a minute. Wait. What is going on with these comments? Y'all don't want me to get on this dance floor for real. No
Yeah.
fly. These niggas don't think I know what I'm doing.
What's good? No Flizzy. What's
I
happening?
don't like this layout. It's covering my mouth with the words.
Well, then move the fucking words in.
I can't move the word. What if I do this layout right here?
Oh,
Is that our normal?
Probably.
Okay, what about this?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That works, my nigga.
There you go.
That
Come
works.
on.
Fuck it.
Come on, Leo. Come on, giving Leo energy. Fuck you. You ain't no. Who are you? You ain't nobody. Shit.
Big Leo energy. That's my granddad. So this is what I got to get prepared for. But you know what's crazy though?
What?
Oh, it's gonna work out 1,000. Cause let that little energy be around me like that. Oh yeah, I'ma feed into that motherfucker.
Hi,
It's
Tia.
gonna be a monster in this bitch.
Who, the baby?
Hell yeah. You think you bad? You can't tell my grandbaby shit.
Look at that. Look at that. You can't tell my grandbaby. Oh, speaking of grandbaby, Brooks, how's the new baby?
Yes. And number 2 correction. She posted a correction on her page not too long ago. So next time y'all try to challenge me about not knowing what the fuck's happening on y'all pages, I'm gonna be ready for you niggas.
Well, can I ask you a question?
I don't want to hear shit else. That's all I'm just saying.
Do you know what's going on our page?
Yeah. Yep, I saw what you posted.
What did I? No. Did you read the comments from our last podcast?
Yeah, I didn't get the notification on that one.
It was not a notification.
I didn't get the notifications on that one. I didn't.
I was just holding him. Oh, look at the baby. This is Master P and Dr. J if they had a podcast. What? Ooh. Which one am I? Am I Dre? Or am I P? Okay. Oh, look at this. You still wrong. Damn.
Well, we said grandbaby. We said grandbaby 3. And then on her page, she said number 2. So I was like, okay, well, we was wrong then. So I mean, forgive me.
We sorry, Rooks.
Yeah, Rooks. You didn't clarify on your page.
Master P at Nirvana. Wait. This says, Jason, you still taking the low blow from Ray Lewis? What that mean?
So first of all, pause. Okay. That don't sound cool at all.
The low blow.
Now, what happened was
that did sound suspect.
It sounded very suspect, but that's the young Yami, and that's how he gets down out there in Cali.
Oh, that's how they do.
Oh, so she said grandson. I think I read grandchild.
You read what you wanted to read. What is this?
That's on me then. That's on me. My apologies, Rooks. We lied about you last week. We lied about you. We said 3. We said
I said I didn't know. You the one claiming to know. I didn't know. I said
I remember her saying she had 2 grand. Like she had a new one not too long back. Because that baby's like less than a year younger than the new baby's like less than a year.
Okay, all right, we're over it.
I think
he's gonna go on and on about what number this baby.
Yeah, because I'd be feeling myself. I don't know what the fuck
let me change the layout. Hold on.
It's all good. Hey, it don't make me no difference. I'm out here.
How do I do
Blank my screen out in this bitch. I'll still be up here. I'm still gonna be politicking.
Wait, look. How do I do it now? Oh, I can't.
But look,
I'm playing with it.
Yeah. Pause.
Wait, that didn't sound right either. Whoa.
We need to have a conversation about that though. We need to have a conversation because I think
y'all don't love me like I love y'all, but it's okay. I'm used to it. Oh, God, let's read between the lines. Come on, we needed a topic anyway.
Come on, don't do that.
We didn't have one. Let's just be the topic.
Come on, Rooks.
Do people say what they really mean? How do I fix my?
Rooks is a celebrity out here. She got like 800,000 subscribers and shit. She winning.
Jason,
what's happening?
I moved the microphone closer. How does it sound? Every time I listen to this podcast back, I don't like the way I sound.
You
Every
just
time.
don't like the way you sound, period.
Jason, you always say it sounds fine, and then I go back and I fucking listen to it, and
Exactly. Everybody else says it's
I
fine.
sound
It's
far
you.
away.
You sound like you. You sound most times uninterested, uninvolved.
Do I? I might. Let's just all speak the truth today. Come on. I want to look at me. I'm looking at my forehead.
See? Now the camera's doing that too.
Look, my eyebrows,
The camera did that.
my chin hair.
Oh, zoom in on that shit. Let me see.
I can't.
You got the grandmommy chin here?
I'll be shaving it though.
You do?
Oh, Rook said I sound fine. Yes, you always say what you really mean, Nirvana. Do I?
Fine. Like, I don't see what the problem is.
Okay, all right. We'll leave it alone. Now, Jason, I was asleep on the couch when my alarm went off to do the podcast.
Yeah.
Look at this nigga. She always says, "Cut to the music." Wait, not the chin here. Listen, there's shit wrong. Look, we all got something wrong with us.
No, it's nothing wrong. It's just you. Leave it alone. Fuck.
What's wrong with you?
Nothing. I'm just saying, like,
no.
There's
There's
something
something wrong with you. What is it? We all have something wrong with us. What's your problem? What's your problem? Let's talk about your problem. Rook started it. Rook started it.
I'm pretty sure I got a couple of them. I'm pretty sure I do. I don't know.
What do you think your biggest problem is in a relationship?
Real shit.
If you're on the outside looking in, and let's say we were to sit all your ex-wives down and poll them.
Let's not say it like that, because again, this shit goes out to people who don't know the story.
Why we don't? Everybody here knows the story.
There's people in here that don't know, and
they don't know what. What don't they know?
They don't know.
They don't know
what you mean by that. You know,
what do I mean by it? What is the problem?
Because you make it sound like it's like 10 of them.
Oh, what?
See, and Rooks ain't making it no
fucking. Okay, what you want me to say? If we were to sit your ex-wife down,
yeah.
So you want? Better. So that's not the truth. It's but not your ex-wife. It's all of them.
All right, but go ahead. Let's go with the storyline. Let's see what's happening.
It's not a storyline.
No. I'm just saying.
Don't get your ass out the bush, Brooks. You started this shit some kind of way. I'm gonna tie it back to you some kind of way. You just give me a second. Now we're gonna sit we're gonna sit your ex-wives down. I don't have to say all. We'll sit your ex-wives down, and if we were to ask them, what? I'm making this shit up right now, so hold on. What was your biggest complaint about being married to the dynamicist?
Man, that's a good question.
Hey, Peachy, what did I ask again? Hold on. I said, what's your biggest complaint? Or what's your biggest complaint about being married to the dynamicist? I wonder what they would say. Now, just marinate on that for a second. Peachy. Okay, Rook said, how's nephew? I did see him doped up in the medicine on the not doped up, y'all. Let me be clear. He was in the hospital. Did he have surgery, Peachy? But I saw him coming. He was on his medicine. I mean, you know how they do when they start talking crazy. Okay, where are they? We need to interview them. Right. Okay, hold on. Look it. Let's call them. So, okay, the whole chat wants to know. All right, he's good. Okay, he's walking good now. Oh, okay, Peachy, we don't know what happened. Let me see. Yes, he has surgery. Okay. All right, good. So he's doing it. Okay, so this is for case study purposes, the interview. I wonder what they would say. You probably don't know. I mean,
Well,
all you could do is guess.
yeah, I mean, what I'm thinking about is what were some of the complaints and things I may have overlooked. I
Mm-hmm.
know in one particular relationship, she said that,
Mm-hmm.
okay, so this was her thing. She said, You, I know you love me, but you're not into me. And I think what she was identifying during that time was I wasn't emotionally vulnerable, right? So the reaction to that is for me was letting people know how I feel about them rather than assuming that they know by my actions. So my thing was prior to that was I want my actions to speak louder than words. So because anybody could say words, but what I didn't pay attention to was the importance of using words, especially when it comes to a female, because that those type of things are necessary, right, for her. And I didn't acknowledge that. I felt like, okay, we should be beyond this. You see what I do, right? You see all the shit that, and I don't look for praise for these things. So I felt like it was just like it should be known, but that's a mistake on my part.
Now, what did she say? She said, just repeat what she said. One of her,
What she
well, which is
said,
something she
she
told
said,
you.
I
Mm-hmm.
believe, I know that you love me,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't believe that you're into me. You're just not into me.
You know
And
what
that
you?
was,
Hold on. You were banging on
oh, okay, yeah.
you were doing that on the last podcast. I didn't say
Okay,
nothing.
yeah. I didn't know it picks that up. But
Yeah.
so I know that you love me, but I don't believe that you're into me. You're just not into me.
Okay.
And
I've
and
gotten that one too from someone.
about you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that might be some Randolph shit cuz but whatever it is,
Mm-hmm.
again, I took two things for granted during that time period. One, I thought that put the emphasis on action because I believe that she was going to be reviewing my actions and not so much as words, but also words were safe for me, right? So not using the words also was a safety net because that was a part of vulnerability. So for me, I wasn't as emotionally vulnerable with words. And so I took that one and I've held that one since that point. And
Mm.
so I'm a lot better with sharing how I feel.
I know that you love me, but I don't think you're into me.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't
But you
believe
were
that.
into her.
Well, yes and no. And
Mm.
because I say yes and no because when I look at where I was in my development during that time,
Hey,
between
Angie.
then and now, it's a stark contrast. The difference now is that I'm far more into me. So because I am more into me, what I in return or as a result of that, because now I'm living from the inside out, what I feel like happens is that I'm way more vulnerable with sharing words and framing things around that. So by saying, you know what, you look nice, or I like this or I like that, or and it's just compliments that just not for it doesn't really have a reason. It's just I'm sharing things. I'm sharing my thoughts on a subject, not just academically or intellectually, but emotionally. So I didn't vibrate on an emotional level during that time period. So I would say that she might have
Hey,
been right
East
about that.
Dad.
I really do think she might have been right about that because
That
and
you
I feel
weren't
like,
into her.
yeah, because I wasn't into myself. So you cannot and this is something I've said multiple times, is that you cannot externalize what you have not first internalized, because other than outside of you internalizing it, it's always fraudulent. So I can't give you something I don't possess. So because I had never took the time at that point in my journey to really focus in on loving me the way that I need to be loved, then there's no way I could love somebody else the way that they need to be loved. It's not. It wouldn't be possible. So
I
naturally,
don't know about that.
yeah. So speak on it then. Let's go. Let's get to the meat of it.
I
Because
mean,
I
maybe,
know exactly why I say what I say. Why you
yeah.
say it? Why do you believe that it's
I
possible?
don't know that. I mean, I hear you, but that sounds like therapy. That sounds like therapist talk, like in circles.
Okay,
Do I
so
sound
explain
far
it.
away when I lean back?
Just fucking talk.
Wait, I need to know. Okay. Because I'm adjusting the mic. Okay, I got a new mic coming in the mail. Okay, look. I don't know. Are you talking in circles or are you telling me what I need to hear? I
No,
don't
I
know.
mean,
I
what you
don't
want to
know.
hear
I
or
mean,
need to hear.
you said I had to first. I said, were you into her? Because she says that. Okay, this is the X. She says, I know that you love me, but I don't feel like you're into me.
Yeah.
So you interpreted that as I need to verbalize how I feel more often, because if I verbalize it, then she'll know that I'm into her. So you're saying that she didn't know I was into her because I never told her. I only
No,
showed her.
no. The love part is what I was showing. The part of it where being into her, I was not into myself. So I didn't
Okay.
even understand what the fuck that meant, to be perfectly honest with you at the time. But it is what it was. So
Uh-huh.
what I'm actually saying though is yes, I loved her.
Uh-huh.
There was no doubts about that because everything I did when I needed to was sacrificial. None of that putting down bullshit, none of that belittling, minimizing, none of
Right.
that shit, none of
Right.
that
I can
overly
see you
critical
doing that.
bullshit. No,
Right.
none of that shit, right? So, and I was always very supportive of her.
Okay.
And it didn't matter who was in the spotlight when the spotlight was on. It didn't fucking matter to me. And I admired her. I admired her when she was in her lane. I loved it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but the part of it though is like a plant. What I did not do that
Uh-huh.
I feel like was my responsibility as a husband was I did not water her flower. That was the problem. That's what I'm saying. And so
Uh-huh.
when I say water the flower, so what do I mean by that is, there's a level of delicacy, not delicacy. What the fuck? There's a level of uh what's a term? What's a good term? Delicateness? What the fuck is a good term for that?
What are you
When you
saying?
handle something with care. Gin
Gingerness.
Not ginger, nigga. Like,
What gingerly? That's softly. What are you
yeah, I didn't
nurturing?
yeah,
Nurture.
nurture. I didn't nurture her flower.
Okay.
That was the thing. And so being into her is I related that to I didn't nurture her in the way that she needed to be nurtured.
Okay.
Yes, I loved her because I took care of her and I took care of the household. And obviously I told her I love her. So that's not the issue. And it's not like I nigga was walking around and didn't say I love you and shit or
Uh-huh.
didn't kiss her and shit like that. No. But when I think back to that time period, I didn't do that part, right? I didn't do the part. I was more, come on, we gotta tighten up and we gotta get to whatever this goal is, or let's get to this. And so I didn't show the levels of compassion and care that I think is important when in a relationship, especially for a woman. I'm not saying that it's not important for a man, but at the same time, it just doesn't rank as high on their list. It's important because
Uh-huh.
when you don't do that shit, you do leave a door open, and I can guarantee you that. But and the truth be told, that's how them outside bitches get in. So if you really want to know how they get in, it's not because they look better. It ain't because they built better. It ain't because they smiled at this nigga. That ain't what the fuck it was. It's how she treats him. So because again, there's this other dynamic that they don't also know the backstory of what the fuck you deal with at home with the nigga anyway. But anyway, the point of what I'm saying is, so that's actually what I feel like. I feel like I feel like that's where I missed that.
Why'd you laugh? Why'd you laugh?
I'm laughing because Truth said I said delicacy and flower, and the connotation right there is wild. The connotation, and I know Truth, and I feel like I know what she's saying in that. But
She
but
said
let's get the
delicacy.
record straight.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, 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 no. The flower. Let me get the fuck off this subject. All right.
What? I can't see the dynamics is not showing love as a spouse, but maybe then you weren't the man you appear to be now.
Yeah,
We
we
learn as
learn as
we
we get
get
older.
older.
Absolutely. Because for me, there was a lot more emotional development and emotional vulnerability. So I'm a Capricorn, right? And I'm not saying
I
that to
think that
say,
you can love somebody and not be in love with them, and I think that's what it was. That's my
um,
opinion.
yeah,
That's
no,
my opinion. Now,
I don't think that's arguable.
no. I know. No, it's just my opinion. See, my thing is just getting down to the point. The point is, mature or not, you loved the person, but you weren't in love with them. That's the bottom line to me, in my opinion. That's what it was, and it's okay.
No,
That's
no,
so.
yeah,
I
I
mean, I
get
don't
that.
think you were in love with that person. So that is what they were feeling. That's the truth. Not all this didn't water it and all this bullshit. No, I
First of
just
all,
think
that's not bullshit.
it's not bullshit.
Secondly,
Okay, it's not. Let me just say
secondly,
what I have to say. Yeah, I'm
okay,
telling you. What I'm saying is that's the feeling I was getting. That's the therapist feeling I was getting with the answer, because it's okay, and I feel like it's okay, and that could be because you were young and there was growth. That we all have that point or that phase, right? We all go through it. I don't,
mhm,
and that has really nothing to do with age. When I say growth, that could be at any age, right?
right,
I
mhm.
think you're in a point of your life now where you wouldn't allow that to be your reality today as you would then. You know what I'm saying? But you didn't do it out of maliciousness. It was out of, you just didn't know.
I didn't.
You
And
felt
that's
like you were
clearly,
doing the right thing.
yeah, that's clearly what I said. But for
But
you to come back around and then
mhm,
say all that other shit is bullshit, it's not bullshit. You just don't have
well,
the vocabulary to express that. So
no, that's
with
not it.
accuracy, yes, no, because you're not very emotionally vulnerable either. So
No, okay.
let's just call it what it is on that.
But
So
what
with
does that
growth,
mean?
well, it means a lot because again, for instance, I give you a good case in point, right?
Mm-hmm.
It is hard to be compassionate to
Mm-hmm.
other people if you have not been compassionate to you.
Mm-hmm.
Because if your inner critic is so loud that your
Mm-hmm.
inner critic criticizes every fucking thing you do, then
Mm-hmm.
it's very easy for you to criticize other people about every fucking thing that they do. And
Yeah.
there's no level of vulnerability with that because naturally you don't see it. Because you don't even see that as a need. You don't know the importance of watering a flower if you let your flowers die. You
Mhm,
don't know that importance. The difference is that when you have a plant and you fostered it and
mm.
you've cared for it,
There's the word foster.
you've nurtured that plant.
Mhm,
Now I know that this is what these plants need. So not only she does this plant doesn't just need sunshine. This
mhm.
plant doesn't just need me to water,
Water.
right?
Mhm,
It doesn't just need that, right? It's a combination. But this plant also needs something that doesn't get talked about is the
mhm,
power of words.
mhm,
So people who have really lush plants, right?
mhm,
Naturally, one of the things that you'll see about them, and if any of you guys have plants that grow, like and they're like dope when they're growing, and you like, man, I got a fucking dope ass green thumb. There's two things I've noticed about people
mhm,
over my lifetime it's interesting because it's very consistent.
mhm,
One, the way in which they handle their plants, they handle them with care and
mhm,
they communicate to them. They
Mm-hmm.
communicate to them by words, how they handle even the potting, how they go about pruning the leaves off of them, right? It's a certain method, and I'm gonna tie this into something that you can relate to because you don't really fuck with that many plants either. But
Wait,
so
I'm sorry, I'm loud. Sorry, guys.
so one of the things though I've seen with that, right, is how they handle plants, right? And then in the way in which they communicate to their plants. And there are studies that have been shown that when you speak positively or play music with plants, they
Mm-hmm.
actually respond to the shit. Now, you say, well, I don't really see how that relates. Okay, so let's use cooking. The old school used to always say that when you would taste grandmother's cooking or somebody else cooking or whatever case is, they said they cooked with love and it comes through. Now, is that something academic? No.
Oh yeah,
But
cook with love. Yeah.
yeah, but is there something truly to that? I do believe it is. And my mother used to get on me because she said, when you're stirring, she said, you're stirring it too aggressively. She
Mm-hmm.
said, like, slow that shit down, right? And
Yeah.
really like show care.
Oh, you know, it's
when
a
you're
good example of that when you're cooking, and this is one thing that's why I don't like my
uh-huh.
husband fucking with my pots and pans. Okay.
Using metal.
That no,
Oh
no,
my God, that
that
shit would
irritates me.
burn me the fuck up.
Wait, no, but that's a good one too. I'm talking about when they cook with the heat real high. It's like
It's not
turn
necessary.
it down. You're fucking the pot up. You can cook this egg the same way with the heat low.
You can.
The
You don't
shit
need
don't
all
have
that
to be
heat,
all the way up, fucking the
right?
pot up. Okay, but go ahead.
So show some care when you're cooking, right? You don't have to it's on full blast, right?
Right.
And again,
Right.
I think it's something that it's often overlooked, but it's small minor details that can make something come out so unbelievably different.
Mm-hmm.
Our grandmother used to
Brooks.
make
Brooks.
like cookies and shit, right? And now,
Mm-hmm.
mind you, everybody feels like not everybody, but most people feel like their grandparents was a shit when it came to cooking. But
Oh,
one
I
of the
remember the
things,
chocolate chip cookies. Yeah.
yeah. So she said, all I'm using is the exact same recipe, but neither I nor my mother, who's a great cook, could figure out what was the added ingredient that she did. Well, she's also been doing this for 40 years, right? So
Yeah.
she's got something else that she adds to it when she makes it. My grandmother used to make fucking eggs, and I would sit there and watch her do it. To this day, I haven't figured out how she does that shit, right? And I watched the whole process,
Who, your
but
mom
it's
or
my
grandma?
grandmother.
Oh, grandma.
Grandmother. So what I'm saying is, come on, Truth. You smarter than that. You know what
She's
the
so
fuck we on.
she is so petty. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
you know where we at. I mean, seriously, like,
He's like,
don't
I'm
let
not gonna deal with you and
yeah.
Nirvana. Okay, one of you
And
niggas go
Tina
ahead.
on top of that. Like, I don't have time for this shit.
Go ahead. Yeah,
But
but okay, can you keep talking while I go get my coffee? You're gonna get an attitude. You can still talk. Let me go. I
but
gotta
I'm
go
not
get it.
just talking to be talking. So yeah, go get yourself.
But they
All right.
listening. You want to wait? Do you want? I gotta go get it because it's just sitting there.
Okay, go
I'll be
get
right
your
back. I'll be right
No,
back.
she's
Should I
gonna go
play
get it.
music? You gonna keep talking?
You
You
can
want?
play some music. Play something real quick.
We'll be right back.
We'll be
I'm
right
sorry.
back.
God.
She's
Next
gonna
week
get her
I'm gonna
coffee.
have my cook. I'm not cookie. No, God, he got me all fucked up and tongue tied. Fucking with him. Did you give me a song? Maybe I should
I
play
got my
that.
juice.
Let me
But
play your
you know,
song. He sent me a song. Hold on. Here go Jason's song.
hey y'all, this song right here, it be slapping.
I'm
Let's go.
sorry, guys. I gotta get my coffee. 44 days sober. We'll talk about it, okay? Now I'm fucking with coffee like I ain't got no sense. Here we go.
Hey, Major.
Hey! Okay, I'll be back.
Text my phone anyway. He might talk that shit and go crazy. Toxic tendencies. Twisted, that's my baby. Don't think for once I don't cross his mind. That's that bad bitch magic. Hard to breathe without it. It'd be a cold night to see him break this habit. Our story short was tragic, but he fell in love with the madness. He going nowhere. Promise he loves it. My baby ain't going nowhere. I ain't going nowhere. Promise he loves it. This ain't nothing. He gon' say he gon' leave me budging. I tried, but he got his mind. To him, not a dime of a dozen. There's no discussion. It may be like that. Got that good, make his ass wanna spin back. Yeah, his energy, I measure. You hate, it's hard to let me go. Don't think for once I don't cross his mind. That's that bad bitch magic. Hard to breathe without it. It'd be a cold night to see him break this habit. Our story short was tragic, but he fell in love with the madness. He going nowhere. Promise he loves it. My baby ain't going nowhere. I ain't going nowhere. Promise he loves it. Shouldn't be that hard to keep him out of business. And since you love it here so much, you should lick what's in it. Tastes like strawberry, sugar mixing in with lemon. Come to the studio, spitting it for 30 minutes. Call a knockout with this TKO. Kissing my neck so reckless that it need to be froze. Keeping it private like the minor things I'm keeping it soul. No driving dirty on this whistle, it would need to be told. Don't be mad at me, I just keep it gangster. Strategize my moves and make me feel safe. I got everybody when you crashing out for a game. Back anybody, you gon' always do me that favor. Promise he loves it. My baby ain't going nowhere. I ain't going nowhere. Promise he loves it.
Ah!
Lord, why does she do this?
Give it.
Why does she
All right,
do
I'm
this?
back.
Why does she do this?
Wait, y'all see what I got on? This hoodie and some shorts. Listen, okay. I mean,
It's better than what you've worn before.
I mean, look at me. I'm telling you, I was asleep on the couch and I just threw this hoodie on. Fuck that chair, right? That was old school Nirvana. Fuck that chair. Okay, look, y'all. I love y'all. So, okay, go ahead to the. I'm sorry. Come on.
No. So
Oh, got sober. Yeah. Yep. Okay, go ahead.
So let's talk about it. Let's get into that if you want to talk about it, because
Yeah,
I'm with it.
I'm cool with it. 44 days today.
Yeah. 44.
Hi,
man.
Journey.
Congratulations. So how you feeling with that?
I'm feeling good, y'all. I'm feeling good, Jason. But I mean, I'm feeling great. I am. I actually am. Okay, so look, real quick, and
So where do you think she got that from?
what? Coffee? I'd be up all night. I know it doesn't keep me up like that. I don't know. Okay, what happened now?
It's because you got attention deficit.
Oh, is that what it is? Yeah, it does. It doesn't.
9 chances out of 10, caffeine doesn't have an effect when you have that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't. I mean, I like the way it tastes. It's warm, and it, I can sip. So maybe that's the sensation I get from it, the sipping. I tried tea, but it just wasn't the same. Tea was it's light. This is a little heavier.
Listen, you gotta fuck with that ginger tea.
Mm-hmm.
And but they got some that come in these little packets, and you just put water on them shits.
Okay.
Yeah, that shit, and it's got a nice little bite to it. It's hella dope. And if you really want to get dope with it, you put some creamer in that shit.
I've done that before. Back in the
Yeah.
day, I asked somebody that was drinking tea. I said, "Do you put cream in it?" I did that before. Okay, so look, you because I bought a French press. Tia told me, so I bought a French press, and that's how I do my coffee instead of a coffee pot.
Mm-hmm.
I use the French press, and you can do tea in it too. And I just bought a tea kettle, but I did that to heat my water.
Yeah. Those shits are pretty dope though.
Because anyway, let's get to the point. So okay, we'll get we get it. We off. We go into another topic now. We get it. You that was one of the lessons you think you learned from that
Yeah.
relationship.
So that was a one, I think, and I'll take that one on the chin because
Mm-hmm.
I just didn't know that the importance of that. But I will
Your
tell you
word.
though that a lot of that changed as I began to speak differently about myself, and where my internal dialogue actually matched my external dialogue.
Mm-hmm.
So as that began to happen, it became easier to not only be paid like, and this is a good one though, because when you look at people who are sometimes very impatient, one of the things that you can
I
see
love it,
in
Tia.
in like that internal space
Mm-hmm.
is that it's hard to apply a measure that you don't apply to yourself, and whether or not that's because of your upbringing or the things that were imposed on you or how you were conditioned. All of that is all possibilities, but the reality is you'll never find a person, you're hard pressed to ever find a person who's patient with themselves
Mm-hmm.
and can't be patient with other people. It's very hard to do that.
Yeah, let me think. Let me turn that over on me.
Hmm.
Um. Hmm. I would let me ask myself the same question. What was the question again? If I was to ask a partner,
Hmm.
ex, right? It has to, if I was to ask a partner, what was the question, Jason?
If we set your partner down,
Uh-huh.
your ex,
Mm-hmm.
what would they say is their biggest gripe about you?
Okay. Um, one of them would be my financial irresponsibility. That was one of the reasons he did not want to get serious. We had a cool, we were everything was cool, like straight. Like we were friends, lovers. It was like straight. But I wanted to get serious. And the reason he did not want to was because I was too financially irresponsible.
Hmm.
And he could not see himself long term.
That's good. Oh yeah, that's a good one.
And we didn't go any further than that. I mean, we still, but I met my husband and he didn't give a fuck about that. I mean, and that literally goes to show you that it, depends on the person. Everybody has their, what do you call it? Their deal breaker.
Yeah.
And that was his deal breaker was a financial thing, and my husband's is something else. So I fit more of his category, his shit than the other dude. Because I'm still financially irresponsible. It's not like I went and fixed it.
So you didn't learn anything from that?
It's not that I didn't learn anything.
Clearly you didn't, because you
Well,
didn't
why does it
go.
have to be learned something? I mean,
Because if we're
that
not
was
learning,
his
what the fuck are we
opinion.
doing?
That was his opinion.
But you just said that you just said, but I'm still
I am, but he
financially irresponsible.
and I was able to find a loving relationship,
Yeah,
still be financially irresponsible.
but how does financial irresponsibility, how is that ever okay though? Because not only do you put
Um,
yourself in a bind, but you put
mhm.
your partner in a bind too. Because if you
Yeah.
have so if you take a bridge and half the motherfucker is rickety, the other half is solid.
Not rickety.
You know what I mean? It's like, can this motherfuckers really truly support weight to get shit back and forth? And ultimately, it's on. You know, they say a chain is only strong as its weakest link.
Well,
So how
I
is
mean,
that okay?
everybody's gonna have something.
Yeah,
Nobody's
but
gonna be
yeah,
perfect.
but that sounds like that's a cop out, and I don't think that's fair.
You think it's a cop out?
I think it sounds like a
I
cop
don't.
out
I mean,
because
there's shit I don't think is fair either, but we just still hang in there.
yeah, but but ultimately, I'm not putting it all on one person, right?
You're putting it
I
all
I
on me.
No, I'm
Okay,
not.
I'm
What I'm
on.
saying is that I think the mentality is unfair because, like for instance, each one of those scenarios that I've had, I have literally tried to learn something from that to make me better. Because and it's not just about what's a person's perspective. No, some things find an identity. And that was one of them, right? That shit found an identity. And I said, you know what? I'm not very emotionally vulnerable. And
Mm-hmm.
so why is that? And that's why I talk so much about Brene Brown because when I ran across her work, it transformed my thought process. Yes, I was ready. They say when the student is ready, the teacher will arrive. So the that shit came at a time when I wanted to know what this was. I wanted to know because I wanted to improve.
Mm-hmm.
Because what it also did was it also changed how my parenting was too. So it has a domino effect across the board. It changed my parenting, it changed my work relationships, it changed everything about anything that I interact with because what I was not capable of doing or what I didn't allow myself to do for my own fears, right? My own concerns in that respect. It helped me also to heal old wounds
Mm-hmm.
because those old wounds of that I had and that I was still carrying around is really ultimately what was feeding that narrative. So in the back of my mind, that shit was running, right? Weakness, vulnerability is weakness, right? When you tell people that you love them or you tell people certain things, they can use that shit against you. So naturally in my mind
That's true.
and a lot of men typically have this whole thing. I was talking about this with a friend of mine, which is like and the statement was that men hold on, matter of fact, let me go to it because it was a dope ass question she asked.
Mm-hmm.
And but and it made so much sense. Hold on one second. So she said, give me one second.
Rook said mine would be I'm too nice to people and I work too much. Okay, well, did you change any of that, Rooks?
Hmm.
I mean, I don't know.
Good. Well, I
I mean, I
know.
just feel like. Or did you find your whatever you were gonna say? Go ahead. You were looking for something. I don't want you to
Well,
forget.
I did find it. It's a video.
Um,
And the video was why do
was I'm
men
not really. Wait a minute. Okay, it's a video, not a
It's a
statement.
video, yeah,
Okay.
and but in the video is this the title of it is why do men run from good women?
Why
And
do
he laid
men run from good women? Okay.
yeah, he laid out this guy was talking about that, and then I chimed in on the back end of it, because a lot of times we're taught to be certain kind of ways, right? And society kind of conditions you for this, but that's counterproductive. It ultimately is counterproductive to any type of true union, right? And the basis of what a union actually is, the joining of two to become one. So ultimately I think some of that stuff kind of filters through, and that's why I think it's unfair. My issues, yeah, they're my issues, right? There's my shit, your shit, and our shit.
Mm-hmm.
So my shit is truly my shit, but at the end of the day,
Mm-hmm.
it's I have the onus is on me to own not only own that shit, but to continue to work and to develop. Because here's the thing, anything connected to life, right, is going to grow. If something is ceasing to grow, then it's no longer connected to a life source. And that's just a natural progression of life and everything that we see around us. Take a leaf off a tree, that motherfucker's gonna be green for a minute. But the moment you disconnect that leaf from that tree, it's on the process of dying. So I think it's really
Hi,
important
Liz.
for us. What's good, Liz? I think it's really important for us as people to be tapped into that, because all this shit we're expecting God to do, all this shit we're looking for a spirit and a universe to bring towards us. And we've been talking about what your vibration is and how do you match your vibration with your inner thoughts so that you ultimately can walk into this principle of manifestation. And it's not just the shit that I say, right? That's not where the power comes from. The power is when the shit that I say lines up with what the fuck I'm vibrating. That's where your power is at. So if you're saying that I'm the head and not the tail, if you're saying that I'm above and not beneath, and you're saying all these things, that I'm beautiful and I'm loved, but your inner dialogue is saying you ain't shit and you're ugly, right? It's not lining up. So there's a conflict in that, and when you're communicating, so that frequency is not going to match the manifestation frequency. And it's just that simple. So that's why the emphasis is on living from the inside out. Because when I work here and I begin to line this shit up, and then it filters through this motherfucker, then you working with some dope shit. And you can start to see the shit manifest. You can start to see the things come alive that you've been believing and hoping God for. That's the difference between belief, hope, faith, and then you just wishing some shit. So, because faith deals with the evidence of things not seen. So anyway, the point of what I'm saying is, I don't think that's fair to just say, fuck it. Fuck it. I just, I lie from time to time, who's
No,
gonna hurt?
no.
Fuck it, I steal a little bit. Who the fuck is gonna hurt? Oh, fuck it. Here's a good one. Oh, fuck it, I cheat a little bit, but she know I love her. But see, we never want to say that shit's okay. But on the other end, it's okay for me to be in my bullshit, but it ain't okay for him to be or her to be in they bullshit. That's a conflict of interest. So I can't expect you to want to do better and want to do better for us. And then the other person is saying, yeah, okay, but I'm okay with being who I am. I'm okay. I'm just gonna sit here. And again, I'm not saying that there's something wrong with you. What I'm saying is, if you know this is my fucking area of opportunity right here, because this shit fucks me up like a person who's a people pleaser, right? And to when you're in relationship with a person who's a people pleaser, one of the things that usually comes up when you're in therapy, and there's some of this shit I know from seeing relationships hit these little points, and then I have my own stories, right, when it comes to shit like this. But when you're with a person who's a people pleaser, one of the things that usually always settles in the other person is that I don't feel secure with you, because we'll make plans, but you'll change those plans for other people who don't measure the fuck up. And it's like the person then feels like you put this shit over me. Well, where does that shit come from, right? When people are making these statements, men and women both make these statements, but they feel like you put this before me. Well, sometimes it's because of that issue. And that's a real issue that usually stems from abandonment or loneliness. It's a point of origin issue. So then that person carries that shit into their current tense, their present tense, and then if you're not aware of it, what it's doing is cutting your legs out from beneath you, because you want to build something on a firm foundation, but with this other individual. But it's like you're knocking at the support post every time. Every time I pivot and I go a opposite direction. My dad was fucking famous for that shit. fucking famous. Doesn't matter what the fuck my mom said, what the fuck was supposed to be between him and all of us together. He just would fucking veer the fuck off and go the opposite direction at will. Right? Right. And so as a woman, it's like, how do you build with some shit like that? You can't. I don't blame her for shooting that nigga the deuces. I love that nigga to life though.
Right.
And I miss him. But I don't blame her for making that decision when she did, even though as a kid, it hurt the fuck out of me. But one thing she said to me when I was younger was, I refuse to stay in this same place and not give you guys the opportunity that you guys really deserve. And that's how she framed that. And so, and to a degree, I see what she was talking about now as an adult. Because if you got somebody and you trying to go west and that motherfucker veers off to the east and the south and just unprovoked, right? Well, it's really hard, right? Because scripture even says, like, can two walk together unless they be agreed? There has to be an agreement for us going whatever direction we're going to go in. And so that's why I say I just think that's unfair. I think it's unfair to just settle in and say, well, fuck it, I'm just gonna be this, you know. And I can apply that shit across the board to shit that, you know, anything, you know, it's just it's not okay. I think we strive to be the best versions of ourselves. And so my vibration, man, and her vibration, we can match and link that shit up. And we're both striving to be the fucking best that we can be. Shit, I got you, you got me. Let's rock this shit out. But if you pushing and I'm pulling, what the fuck are we doing here? Does that make sense what I mean when I say it like that?
Yeah.
Oh, guys, I'm sorry, guys. We lost her probably 15
No,
minutes.
you didn't.
No, we did. So,
what do you mean?
okay,
I'm
so what's
sitting
going
looking
on
at
in
you.
the news? Want to talk about Trump?
What do you want me to say?
You want to talk about Trump? You want to talk? What you want to talk about? You want to talk about?
I don't know what you want me
football?
to say.
How's your team doing?
No, I don't want to talk about football.
Let's talk about football.
What do you want me to say?
Nothing. I don't want
you want me to agree?
No, I don't want you to agree. I would like you to have something substantive to say.
I'm listening because I'm listening. No, you don't. I am listening the entire time. I'm listening. I see what you're saying.
Oh, well, welcome to our dysfunction. If you didn't know, this is how we talk to each other on a regular basis.
I do.
And she's just being nice, because normally she would just say, I just don't care what you're talking about.
No, wait. He's overdoing it.
But she's 44 days sober.
That's why I'm intently listening now. And I'm drinking coffee.
And I'm trying to be nice. I got it.
No, but, I just think first before I speak sometimes. So I'm doing better with that. Come
on, I like that shit.
But I mean, because this is how I do with my husband too. Like, I let people speak. I don't have to agree. If I don't agree, I just listen. And if I do, well, no, that's not true. I will say, listen, I agree with what you're saying. I do. But at the same time, I've already made up my mind. So it is, and not that you're trying to change my mind. No, you're right. I know you're not trying to change my mind, but I just feel like it's all about what a person can tolerate. So, I mean, yes, there's a lot of areas I can improve, not just financially. I mean, you mentioned that I'm emotionally unattached. What did you say? Unavailable, unattached, or some shit.
Unavailable.
You try, yeah. You said if you can't. Hey, Red. If I can't, what did you say? Like, I'm not. You said that's my area of improvement, something like that. Oh, I mean, not to. I don't want to lean on this chair.
Why not?
Because we did that to the Josh did that to the other. That's why I got a new chair, because it was like the frame was all fucked up from leaning. Anyway, I mean, I hear what you're saying. Yeah, it's an area. Okay, speaking of area of improvement, yeah, it is an area of improvement, but opportunity, whatever. It is.
It's not the same.
Who are you talking to? Me?
Yeah, it's not the same.
What did I say? Was the same area opportunity and
area of improvement?
Oh, it's not the same.
Not the same.
Oh,
The terms in
okay.
itself lends a different energy. It's no different than saying why the reason we say developmentally challenged versus retarded, right?
Okay.
It just has there's a different connotation to it. They're not
Okay.
the same.
They're not the same.
They're not the same. And actually, I think that term developmentally challenged actually has
You don't like
changed now
that one
too.
either.
No, I think that's changed. So I think they're going with a different one. Another good one is the difference between saying, and if anybody is, I'm trying to think, can I use a different one? Because I don't want to trigger anybody, but it's um like no, we no longer say commit suicide, right? That's just not oh,
Unalive. Oh, no, you say you don't say commit suicide, you say
die by.
die by suicide. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Versus commit, because
Mhm.
commit always has this connotation of a crime that was done,
Yeah, okay, yeah,
right?
I've heard that one.
You went against a moral moray or a norm, or cultural moray or a norm. So it's not really that, right? It's that it was elected. So I think, with the terms comes energy,
It
with
smells
the
so good.
energy comes understanding. So I think so that's why I say, yeah, it's area of opportunity. It just has a different connotation, because it speaks to,
Mhm.
like, man, there's some shit here, like within this little area right here, that I can discover in this. Improvement says
Opportunity.
something's wrong with you.
Okay, okay. I see what you mean. Improvement. Yeah, yeah. I can see that.
Yeah. So I don't use that term. I use area of opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
It hits different.
It hits different.
It hits
Okay.
different.
Um. So, what do I want to
Mm.
talk about? Um. I was thinking like we never, and I'm okay with the whole not having a topic because it always works itself out. It does. It does every week.
Hmm.
Um. But I want to ask the chat: do you guys? Where do you think the podcast could improve? What are our areas of improvement for the podcast?
Opportunity.
You have a problem with improvement. I don't. So, like I said, I'm the one framing the question.
Okay.
Where are our areas of improvement? Because I feel like we can improve, and I just
Mm.
and the reason I asked that are opportunity. I don't have to be difficult. Okay, so but the reason I say that is because we don't really organize, and I'm speaking for both of us because Jason and I have had this, Dynamics and I have had this conversation in the past where we are unlatched, and that means that we just kind of go with the flow, and we're pretty much okay with that. I think. I mean, Jason, if I'm speaking out of sorts, let me know.
No, you're fine.
Um, but we don't formally think of topics, we don't formally come with a plan, like when he just asked me, do you want to talk about Trump? I mean, like, these are like hot topics, like this is what he basically saying, and it's like we don't. I know that a lot of podcasts have subjects, and things of that nature. I feel like I'm lost in that area, like, because I don't I don't know. It's hard to explain. I just kind of talk whatever comes
You
up.
you don't like structure in that respect because it seems too rigid.
Mm,
Um, I would say that I am very similar to that. I don't even live my life like that. I
yeah.
live my life according to a flow, and I find a flow and I go with it. The flows typically are fairly consistent until I see something within the flow that I'm no longer appreciating anymore. And then I look to augment that or adjust that flow. But there's like a piece that I try to walk with in everything that I do and how I approach things. So it tends to work for us. But obviously, what she's saying is a real thing, and we're okay. And I think this is a great safe space. We're not beyond reproach in any way, shape, form, or fashion. So even if you see something, you can say whatever you're going to say. We're going to take it back, think about it, chew it over, and figure out if we want to.
Let's just get back into his business. I like that part of the conversation.
Hold on, but why she call me Just Breed? First of all, okay, I'm not out here fucking like that. Okay, okay,
you just can't win, bro. You cannot win when it comes to the names, bro. Look, she said breathe autocorrect. Look, even the autocorrect is calling him some other shit. Just breathe.
Autocorrect say, "Oh, that nigga's fucking." No, he's not out here fucking like that. Okay, I'm not out here just breathing.
Even though he did say he wants 10 kids, he did say that.
You know what? I did say that.
And do you still want a lot?
You know what? At this age, if I had the right scenario, yes.
Oh, okay.
I'm not a big fan of having kids all over the place, and I'm not able to be there with them or they're with me. That shit kills me. It not being with my son, seeing him, in the mornings and putting him to sleep, and then being there if he gets scared in the middle of the night or he's laughing about something and he comes and shows me some shit that makes him laugh. And I miss that shit with everything in me. And so it bothers me in a real way. So, but would I still like to have a lot of kids? Yes, I would love to have like a whole ass fucking village. And we just out there fucking vibing. And where I go, you go. Because Janye, when she was little, that little nigga went everywhere with me. Oh man, she went to work with a nigga because a nigga worked overnight and I couldn't afford childcare, so that baby was at work with me. And you can call it what you want, but I know one thing: I didn't trust a lot of people. Number one, and number two, shit, fuck it. What y'all gonna say? She right here in her little when she was little. I had a little cot for her. She'd be tucked off in the corner. I'm working overnight in the little booth. Other places, she was with me in the car the whole time because I was working security at that point, and so she'd be with me right in the car, just looking with her little coloring book, shit like that. So everything I did, she was typically with me because I mean, ain't shit I'm doing that you can't come, So yeah, I would love to. I would fucking love to. That shit would be so dope. So dope, man. We got a little land, got some fucking toys.
A bunch of different types of people, that's for sure, to make the world go round.
And shit. We out here playing and
no, that's too much. That's way too much.
You've never even done it. You don't even know.
No, I'm talking about all them damn kids. That's just ridiculous.
Well, you can just come and be auntie, and that's it, and then let it be. I'll take care of them. I ain't worried about that. You be auntie. Talk some shit, laugh, Joan on the kids every now and then, tighten them up.
I'll be like, come on. And then I'll be like, go on to your daddy because I'm about to wring your motherfucking neck, nigga.
No, my kids ain't never like that.
I'm my like, kids go to your daddy. Your kids are bad. I do not like bad kids.
You ain't never had that.
Let's talk about bad. I don't like bad kids. I'm not a fan of children, period. Like they're cool. I don't abuse them or nothing. But I could never see myself like going on a field trip. I was never the mother that went on field trips. Like no, hell no. Hell no. Like, all right, son. See you later. Be good. Let somebody come back and say you did something. I'm gonna beat your ass. Let somebody come back and say you did something. You better be good. And I'll be like, woo, gone, nigga. Boop.
Man.
I'll be here in the truck when the bus come home. I'll be right there to pick you up at the bus stop.
You let me have it my way. Shit. Hey, if I'm because like I used to be like an after school teacher at a daycare. So
this nigga's a renaissance man. I'm telling you. He's done it all.
I did. And you know what? You know how that happened though was because I got a hell of a discount on childcare. because I couldn't afford this shit. So I said, "Fuck it, let's
Look at
I
this
get a
nigga.
little
Yeah, I know. That's what. I mean,
yeah.
I can see that the discount. I can see that being a motivator for real,
Oh
honestly.
man, and I was in there, and she wasn't even in my class, but I was in there with them kids because I was with the after school kids. So man, we be in there wilding the fuck out, man. I'm in there turning into the Incredible Hulk, chasing kids around the classroom.
Yeah.
Classroom is fucking wrecked at the end of the day, but everybody knew them niggas is loud as fuck down there in Mr. J's room because we
Having
we
fun.
we gonna
But
have fun.
but that's good because I mean it takes parents like you and Red. Those are the parents I would want my kids to be in their group and all that. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
for real.
no, we gonna vibe. We gonna vibe. We gonna have a lot of fun. That's why I do. So I'm with so the Blacks in Nature group. They have a kids version, so it's called Beacon. So we took some 9 to 14-year-olds out to the China Ranch Date Farm that's out here in Nevada. I mean, it's actually in California. So we drove them out there on a Saturday. Man, we spent the whole day out there, and man, it was fucking beautiful. And those you wouldn't think that kids would give a fuck, but all them kids was like zeroed in on kind of like the history of the place, the ambiance around it, because it was like it's nestled off like in a cove in the middle of the desert. Because it's out there by Death Valley, as a matter of fact. But
Mm-hmm.
it's hella lush all up in there because it's a underground spring. So we were actually going to take them to a waterfall out there, but we it was so legit, we ran out of time and didn't even get to do all the shit we wanted to do out there. And the kids, man, were climbing these salt hills. Oh man, and they were looking for fucking dinosaurs out there, and they just
And
had
how old were they? You said what was the
9 to
age?
14,
Oh, 9 or 14.
and every last one of them was
Dior
like,
could
matter of
go.
fact, they were 7. We had 2 7-year-olds.
Oh,
But
okay.
so from 7 to 14, and when I tell you all of them were out there vibing,
How many kids were there?
man, it was like 12, 14
Oh, that's
kids.
a nice amount. And then how
Uh,
many adults?
Shit, if for every fucking kid there, the parents was there.
Oh, okay. So it's
Oh,
not like the parents would drop them off. They had to
fuck
go
no.
too.
Nah,
Okay.
nah, nah, nah. Beacon, nah. And I actually fuck with Roz because she was so adamant about that. She said, "This is not a drop your kid off and keep it pushing. If you bring your kid, because it's gonna be fully funded. You bring your kid, your ass is coming too. And there's a reason for that though, right? Because at the baseline of it is you get a chance to interact with them in a different environment and you see
Your
different things
children.
come out of them. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because in these type of environments, it's always something fun. Like, I mean, we had moms out there doing rock climbing because they brought their kids in. So then they were there. And then so we kind of fucking with them, like, come on, man, here, we got the harness for you too. So we had one of the moms, man, she strapped that harness on and was up there, and I saw the kid and how her kid was looking at her. She
Mm-hmm.
didn't notice that, but I noticed it, how that kid was looking at his mom climb up that damn wall. And you think that shit didn't encourage him to say, fuck it, I'm
Good.
finna go?
That's good because I definitely wouldn't do that. That's good though. I mean, I think it's good. I do. I think that when you that you do have to be open to like trying new things and letting your kids go outside of their normal environment, their normal where they wake up, go to school, and experience things that are different and new. That is very important.
Yeah.
And my mom
Exposure.
did that with me, but not in that way. We weren't outdoors people. But I used to go to I think I told you guys this before, it was called Summit. And it was
Was that a girls' camp?
it was for youth, but it was like it wasn't a camp, it was like counseling. They had was a lot of like conferences, like
Mm-hmm.
a conference, like a youth conference. And we had groups and you would go spend the weekend and do these conferences and all that. And it was something that, nobody, from where I was from, it wasn't no kids like that going to
Fuck
that.
no. Wasn't no
My
kids
mom
that
had
fucked
to
with
pay
that.
for that and shit like that, but But I just
kids
use
are
that
supposed to
as
grow
an
up.
example to, stepping out and letting your kids experience, even if you don't go and you're not part of it, you can let your kids experience things.
Exposure is
Yeah,
important.
exposure. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah. I mean, I feel that. I wonder, like, if I become a grandparent, like, I would totally be cool with that. Like, wait, what was another thing I was gonna,
You gonna be a whole ass mess. You
mm,
gonna be a whole
I
ass
think
mess.
I don't know. I wonder what it would be like being a grandparent to a son, because I only have one child. I think your experience could be different as a grandparent to a boy versus a girl, because I'm thinking, like, if my son isn't married with a child, like in a marriage, and it's just a baby mom, even if they're cool, like, I'm not the mother, I'm the grandmother. So although grandparents have rights, like, if he doesn't have a good relationship with his child's mother and there's tension, that's gonna put pressure on me, because then there's a possibility I can't be as active and as present that I would want to be, because I would have to take a back seat. I'm not the mom. And then not only that, the maternal grandmother would have more power, for lack of a better word, or presence, than I would as the paternal grandmother. That's the fucked up part
I
about a
I
boy.
don't see that for you though. I honestly see whether or not that's the case or not. I don't think you would ever have that problem. And I'm gonna tell you why.
Mm,
Because yes, you wouldn't really appreciate anybody doing your baby wrong. That's a fact. And that
mm,
would never go over well with you.
mhm,
But you with a grandchild,
mhm,
I think you'd make sure that you have a presence in that baby's life. And
mm,
I'm gonna tell you why. Another reason why I feel strongly about that is
mhm,
because you saw that. Because you saw what your mom did with us. Because
mhm,
the only reason why we wasn't lost to the streets is because she said, "You motherfuckers either tighten up or you'll never see these kids again," and
mhm,
took us and drove us back to LA from where we were. So
mhm.
you seen the precedent. You don't lose the babies because they innocent.
Right, right. So you don't think I would let that go down?
Fuck
I just
no.
hope that I'm never put in that position. That's why I feel like for me, I'd be very strategic. Like, I would definitely be neutral or try my
Hmm.
best. Like, I would not be the parent who, like, or the mother-in-law or whatever I would be. I don't know. That would be all extra. I mean,
No,
I know you guys think I'm extra, but like when it would come to something like that, like,
you just gonna want to love the baby, teach the baby,
yeah, it's like,
spend
bro, and
time with
I'll
the
be
baby.
looking at him like, nigga, you tighten up. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Exactly.
you laid down with this. Are you kidding me? I be telling him that shit now. Now, you be careful what you bring around here, because you fuck around and have baby by the wrong motherfucker, you gonna cause problems you didn't mean to cause.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
No,
But
I
anyway,
think
we'll see if that shit
Josh is cool though, and he wouldn't want to rob you from that type of experience. So I think he'd have the door would be open for you to do you, to be the type of grandmother that you need to be, and the type that that child would actually need ultimately. And I
goes.
honestly believe that because you zero in on the issue, you come with it.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, what's the problem? What's going on?
And I
Okay,
would
so
be
here's what
very
we're gonna do.
respectful. Like, honestly, like, I would play my role. I would be respectful, because I remember being a young mother, and I would not want to step on the mother's toes. Like, you know, I don't have the desire to be that type of grandparent. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not the mother. As long as everybody's getting hurt, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that kind of stuff, I would just, it's not. I'm not the mother. Um, and I would just hope that my daughter-in-law, or whatever she is, will feel comfortable and trust me enough if needed. You know what I'm saying? If that makes
Mhm.
sense. Like,
no.
like that day she felt like she could talk to me. You know what I'm saying? You know, I don't want to be a threat. I would really not. I'm not gonna be like, why is she doing that with my grandbaby? You can't be like, no. If anything, I'll whisper in his ear like, nigga, supposed to have a fucking car seat. What the fuck is wrong with her? The fuck? Like, I know the bitch ain't drinking and driving with the grandbaby. I'm gonna cuss his ass out. Be like, tighten up, nigga. And I'll be like, hey girl, how you doing? Hey baby. Oh, you having a drink? You having a drink? Oh, okay. I've been sober 5,000 days now. Crazy bitch. Okay, anyway. Well, how did we get on that? See, now you done made me go left. Jason. So anyway, listen. So
Ross said she loves her grandson's mothers.
Oh, good. Who said that? Rooks. I'm thankful for my 2 grandsons' mothers. Okay. You are.
She don't like the granddad.
Wait. I'm not going fast enough. Wait, wait. My granddaughter's dad, I don't like him. Granddaughter's dad. What does that mean? Her granddaughter's.
So her daughter's.
Her granddaughter's dad.
Yeah, so her daughter's husband, I guess, or her daughter's boyfriend. The father of the baby.
The father of the baby. Okay. The father of the baby. Oh no, the father of the baby. You don't like him. Okay. Damn, that sucks.
Well, listen, Rooks, you didn't hear this from me.
The daughter's father.
Slide, you and Vino, slide the info in the DM.
We'll let his ass look. Ready to pull up, Rooks.
Me and Nirvana, we coming.
Pulling up. Right. My daughter's baby daddy is trash. Okay.
Yeah, just slide the info.
Baby daddy.
Anonymously.
Oh, man.
We pulling up on it.
Wait. Not the Yeah, that sucks.
Ooh, that shit makes me quiver.
That would be like you not liking John Ye's boyfriend. Man. What's his name again? Tristan. But I know you do. Yeah, Tristan.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, you're very present. That would be a bad situation.
That little girl curb checked me one time, and I love her to this day for that.
Oh, what happened? You would
because no, this was before all that shit, and it was she was telling me about a boy that a guy. She was like 19 at this point or some shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so she mentions about this guy, and then I go into daddy mode, and I'm like, well, listen, because I wasn't there, I didn't meet him, nothing. I said, well, listen, I don't want no PDA. Don't be doing no wild shit around me because I'm gonna have a reaction. And then she said, she was like, Dad, have I ever done that at any point? And I was like, well, no. She said, so what makes you think that I don't know who I'm dealing with? And I was like, well, God, I be damned.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, no. She said, and trust me, anybody, she said, if I'm bringing him around you, it's because I didn't already vetted him. She said, and then she was like, so please believe there have been others before him. But I wasn't bringing them around you.
That's how Josh is.
Oh, man.
I think because you're right. He said, yeah. I guess they know us.
They do.
They know us. They should. Your kids should know you and know how you get down for the most part.
Yeah, because I'm cool.
All you can do is hope for the best, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, what can we do? It's out of our control with grandparents. I mean, once your kids are grown and they doing their thing, all you can do is just hope for the best. As long as everybody is safe.
That's what I'm saying.
You know, if you raise yours the right way, you know, not that they're not going to make mistakes, but you just, you know.
Your daddy will pull up. You got one of them. I will pull up. I just pray she don't put me in a fucked up position.
Where you got to do that.
Yeah, because there are certain things. Oh, I'm going to slide. Especially if you in danger.
Yeah. That's
I'm sliding.
Yeah,
I'm sliding. It's gonna be known, but fortunately, you know, she does good. But you know, they doing their own thing though. So they separated.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And you know what she said?
What she say?
Let me tell you what this little nigga said. She said, when I thought about it, she was like, he doesn't have credit. He's not responsible. She said, and one of the things that I don't want to do is that anything that we do has to be in my name. And she said, I don't feel comfortable with that.
Okay.
Said, because I don't feel like it's my place to carry him. So he's got to tighten up. And I was just like, well, shit, damn, man, nigga, you young, but I see what you're saying. I can't argue with that.
Right.
And I know maturity comes at different times for us.
Mm-hmm.
But it's no like he'll have her, and and they're very cordial and whatnot.
Yeah, it's no drama.
It's no drama,
That's
but
good.
I was shocked and somewhat impressed by her approach to that.
The decision was already made by the time you found out about it.
Oh hell yeah, she didn't ask me for my permission.
Yeah.
She's the other version of me, so she gonna do what the fuck she gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
You'll find out after it's done, but
Right.
because she gonna own whatever her decision is. But yeah, I was
So
really
what do you do? Do you that's another question. So when you get along, is it best to go for child support, or do you just hope that the motherfucker do their part? It's different when you living under the same room.
Oh, that's
Or
a
do
tough
you,
one.
because business is business, do you go for the child support when you say he's financially not responsible, or whatever? Then it's kind of like, is that the type of nigga you gotta put on child support? Because I didn't put my baby daddy, and he out now looking back. Part of me feels like I should have, but I didn't. So he went my son's entire life without paying one dime. He's the type of nigga that needed to be on child support.
You know what? I do, and that's a tough one because I'm on child support and I don't agree with the shit. But at the end of the day, I do agree with support, and I do agree with taking care of your responsibilities. So, you know what? That's a very tough one. That's a very, very tough one. Because I think I'm biased to a degree. So she hasn't asked me anything. I will say though, if it ever came to the point where she's asking me to take care of shit for the baby,
He needs
at
to be on
that
child
point,
support.
oh yeah, that nigga you need to do what you need to do. And because this is not my responsibility. And that's how I would feel about it. But she hasn't asked me for shit. She's like, no, I'm good. Other than like regular daughter shit, you know what I mean? The daughter shit she gonna hit me for periodically, but that just comes with territory. But no, but I definitely would have a reaction at that point. But until then, I just leave it alone.
Right.
If
Yeah.
she's straight, she's doing what she need to
Yeah.
do, and she feels
She's not
comfortable.
asking you to help take care of the grandbaby, to do shit that he's supposed to be doing. Then she
Right.
must have
So
it under control.
yeah. So he must be doing what she needs him to do, and and there's no issue there. So shit ain't no issue with me, and I'm not finna go look for an issue. I think I can assure you that.
Right. Yeah, like you, I couldn't, like you the type of man that it's like I can't even see you needing to be on child support. Like but I'm just saying, because I know you, and I know
Yeah.
you're the type of man that takes care of your child support. So it's like I just feel like that I don't want the government.
No. Let me rephrase that because
Okay.
there is a distinction. The
Okay.
government doesn't do shit with my check. I just send the money to her. The
Uh-huh.
problem with that though, for even the young niggas that's in here, if you don't keep accurate records, you could be doing that for 10 years. She could go to court and they will say you haven't paid one fucking dime, especially if you don't have records. I've even heard stories where people did have records and they still said it didn't come through the court. So the court is not involved in our case. So
Okay.
she hasn't went, and it was just in the divorce decree I paid child support. So she never
Oh,
went
so
down to the
I
court.
didn't think about that. Like, there's a
Yeah.
difference.
There's a difference, yeah.
Okay.
She didn't go down to the court and then file the paperwork so that then they start trying to, come after and take money out my check. No.
Okay.
It was in the divorce decree, so I just send her the money. And that's just it is what it is at that point. But yeah, so nobody's doing that.
So
I
you could
still
stop any time. I mean, not that you would, but you could.
yeah,
It wouldn't be
no,
like you go to jail and you have your license take away. Like,
no, but
okay.
but the problem with that is I honestly think I'm ass out because even if that was the case, even if that wasn't the case, I think if I'm not mistaken, she could go down there and file papers and then say I ain't paid shit.
Even
And
when
then
even if you have accurate record, just because
I've
it's
heard it
oh,
depends on the state. It depends
okay.
on the state you're in and the laws of that state because some states, the law is like what they would advise men to do is go down there yourself and put yourself on
Proactive.
proactively. That way it comes and there's records and the state has the record of it. So then nobody can come back later and say you didn't pay. My thing is I never did it. And I hope that I never have to cross that fucking bridge. I really hope that she never does no fuck shit like that. But she's never given me a reason to. But sometimes people do weird shit. So
Yeah.
it is what it is at this point.
You just hope for the best.
I hope for the best
It's
because
like
I'm gonna
shit,
do my part.
right.
But man, redhead, that's tough though. That's really tough right there. And I understand what you're saying. And a lot of women find themselves in that type of position. Shit, my mother was like that. She never put my dad on child support. But you know who the fuck did?
Yeah.
Fucking huh?
Grandmommy?
No, my sister's mom.
Oh, okay.
She put that nigga on child support. When she found out that nigga had a job, the nigga was in his 50s.
You so stupid. She's like, oh, we going back. We going all the way back.
She found out he had a fucking job that was traceable. She went down there and filed the fucking paperwork. And then that nigga was on arrears. That nigga had.
I remember that. And he and sister's fully grown. With babies
grown.
of her own and shit. She's like,
he got grandchildren from her.
And you could do that. You could go back.
That's what she did.
Yeah.
And it wasn't on the books the whole time, but the nigga also wasn't working regularly, but he was coming around talking about, he loves to brag about the shit he's doing.
Yeah.
And man,
he said, ding, ding, nigga.
She went down there and put his ass on child support, and then they started coming for his shit. They came for his shit. Because I want to say that nigga was like 80 racks in the hole at that point. and it's not funny.
It's not funny, but it's like, damn, you're fucked, bro.
Yeah, because I remember him hot. He was so fucking hot about that.
Ooh,
and then my mom had 2 boys.
Decades, right.
My mom had 2 boys from her dad, and she never did it ever. Even when the nigga was making money, she didn't say shit. And so, she had her reasons, and
I'm saying it depends on the situation. It depends on the woman. It depends on the man. It just depends. I mean, just the fact that the law even lets you do that, like. I mean, but you do. Oh, I mean, like arrears is a real thing, bruh. My dad was in arrears too. My mom had my dad on that shit.
Oh, she did.
So and my mom was like, because I remember like when I was in high school, that was one of the main reasons she didn't want me to stop going to school because he had to keep paying as long as I was in school, nigga. She would just tell me that shit, go to college. That nigga still don't have to give you money. That was like her motivation, like to go to college, not to get it, not for because I wanted to
education.
Yeah, Like, nigga, just stay enrolled. I don't give a fuck if it's cosmetology. My ass in cosmetology don't give a damn about hair. Look at mine now. Okay? Talking about, but he still had to pay that child support. Shit. Get his ass. Get his ass. I'm like, okay. Hey, Dad.
Yo, that is too much.
I mean, motherfuckers be like, you should take care of your business, nigga.
He said that's cold though. Oh, that's cool. That's cold.
Wait, what happened? He said drug her down and the stitches.
Yeah, he
talking
about
about having a baby.
mother. No, his baby mother.
Right.
His baby mama's mom took his baby mother down there, you know, and the stitches weren't even healed, and put him on child support.
Oh. Oh
that
my
shit is
God.
a cold. That's a cold game.
All right, he's dead.
Hey man, respect, man.
It stopped at 18 or high school graduation. Oh, it doesn't.
Wait, it don't go to college? I thought that was universal.
Yeah, out here in Cali anyway. If you were as long as I was still in school, I think it's up to 22 years old or some shit like that. Back
22, 24.
24, something like that, yeah. As long as you're enrolled in school. Yeah. My boy's dad was on it because he was trash. Right. I mean, hey, that's what I'm saying.
Right. I mean, if you're not gonna do your responsibility, I think that's what that's for. I just think the system is really bogus in general.
Right.
But and it's not fair.
Mm-hmm.
You know, at any point. And if you can keep them out your business, it will behoove you too.
Yeah.
But some dudes just will act like, you know, that's on you.
Yeah, they don't believe fat meat is greasy. I mean, it can go both ways, you know, like you got these women or mothers who are just greedy and they are angry and they look at it like a get back and they can't wait for the government to get in your pocket and fuck your shit up and don't want you with another woman and you ain't gonna have shit because if you blah blah blah. And then you got the women who, just as long as you take care of your responsibility, I don't care. That was me. Was like, I hate to put the man in your pocket. I don't even want to do that to you. You know what I'm saying?
He didn't do shit for Josh.
I know, but I mean,
wasn't even there as a mentor, as a dad to give him any type of insight, life, or no love, no nothing. Like the nigga was absent.
Mm-hmm. But he didn't think he was, but he was. He was like, you know what? My son says he looks at his biological dad as his brother. Yeah. He said that's the best way I could describe it, Mom. Like I don't look at him like a father. Like he's like a brother, like an older brother, that you don't really see that often. I was like, oh Lord, but it helped me understand like how he views him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When he forgets his birthday, I think I told you that he forgets his birthday. He forgot his birthday this year, and my son's aunt, which is his dad's sister, texted my son and said, "Did you call your dad is sad? Did you call him for his birthday?" My son called me. My son goes from her and calls me. I'm like, he's like, Mom. I'm like, what? You know, you never know what they're gonna say when they call you. I'm like, what's up? He said, well, why do people, now he don't tell me who he talking about. Why do people care so much about their birthday? Now, I don't know he's talking about his father. I'm like, well, you know, it's that one day a year that's just about you. Whatever my answer was, right? So then I find out it was about him. I was like, oh, shit, fuck his birthday, man. You know, I'm like, fuck him, nigga, shit. And then my whole attitude changed. I said, I wish I would have known who you was asking about. Don't be putting me in that predicament, nigga. That changes my answer. Goddamn.
You would have got a whole different answer.
Yeah, shit, fuck him. But, you know, I mean, I get it. You know, but my whole point in saying that was, listen, as a parent, and I told my son that, as a parent, you have to sow into your children. You cannot expect
Absolutely.
your children to treat you a certain way, like the parent, and you want respect and all this shit you got going on, but you haven't sold into your children. Now, my son will never forget my birthday. That will never. I mean, we get treated like night and day. And that's because I am the present parent. I
Yeah.
am the one he looks at as the parent. Hey, Robin, I'm the one he looks at as the parent. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like, you weren't there, nigga. So yes, he's gonna forget your birthday. Yes, he's not gonna. I mean, but the thing about it, if you know my son, he don't mean nothing by it. He really is a night. Like, if he would have really remembered, he would have called his dad. Like, I'd be like, you are just too nice.
Yeah,
But he really
but
forgot.
again, like I just think it's I just don't agree with forcing kids to do shit like that
Yeah.
because I think you keep certain wounds open. And I give you a good case in point. So Janye's biological mother was not active at all. And I
Uh-huh.
never prevented her from having access to her. I've always had the same phone number. She always knew where I lived at. She moved in and out of state. Um, and so, but it was her guilt that aided her and kept her away, which ultimately came out when Janye had our grandchild,
Uh-huh.
because then she wanted to say like she had a second opportunity, but you never have addressed your absence in Janye's life. And so Janye already had an idea of who she wanted to be at the actual the birth, and who she wanted in the room. And I was sitting there and I kept telling her that I was like, just privately to her, I said, listen, Janye, listen, I will, look, you can let the women go in there with you. That's cool. I can be on the outside and wooty wooty woo. I'm perfectly okay with that because
Yeah.
I was there for you. I was there for Zion. So I'm good on that part, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that girl looked at me. Remember, I was talking to you because I was spazzing out.
Yeah, I was in Walmart. I remember I was in Walmart when
I
you
was
when
spazzing,
you called me, and I was in Walmart. I remember that shit. Yeah, that was crazy.
and
'Cause you're like, I don't know what the fuck is going on.
yeah,
Yeah.
and you was like, and she echoed the same thing was, no, she wants you there.
Mm-hmm.
So this is really ultimately about her. It's not about all the everybody's feelings. It's what
Mm-hmm.
she wants, and she feels comfortable with having you there to walk her through this process. And
Mm-hmm.
obviously,
Because you were the more present. That's who she feels
yeah.
comfortable. Mm-hmm.
And so, and it just was what it was. And I felt bad for her, but
You did feel bad for her mother,
yeah, I
because
felt
you were
bad for
like,
her.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I get it. I mean, but I also think, like, from a man's perspective, I get it. Cause you were more than willing to sit back. I mean, you like, I ain't got to be there. I see, baby. I mean, that's
Mhm.
that's a female thing. Do your thing, whatever. Yeah, I think really, as a parent, regardless of how old you are, you gotta think long term. You gotta think unselfishly. You have to think about the choices that you are making, how they will affect your children. and
Yeah.
and and it's and those, there's sacrifices you're gonna have to make. You're not gonna want to make. You're gonna want to go out. You're gonna want to party. I'm not saying you can't, because I still went out and shit like that, but you got to get a responsible babysitter, and you gotta, there's things you're gonna want to do, you're not gonna be able to. I mean, you're gonna be inconvenienced. Like, being a parent, a lot comes with it. That doesn't mean you're gonna be perfect, but children are an investment. Like, you
Mm.
know, you you
Mm.
know, you're God gives you a child, male or female, as a man or a woman. You're blessed with a child, and you're an overseer. Like, they don't belong to you, but you're responsible for them. And it's like, it's a big responsibility. And you're just supposed to guide them and be there for them. And it's like, if you I just feel like, as a parent, if you fail to do that, and you leave these little motherfuckers to find their own way, and they get all fucked up and shit, and then it's like you didn't do your part. Like you didn't
Mm,
do your job. You know what I'm saying? And it's fucked up because when this little motherfucker grows up and is a fucked up individual, you played a part in that. I don't want what. Listen, my motivation has always been, if my son grows up to be a fucked up person, it won't be because of me, and I'm gonna be able to sleep at night knowing I did my best. I did what I was supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? And you just chose to be fucked up.
mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna be okay with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, but if I was a fucked up mother and then you become a fucked up adult, like now it's like possibly I had something to do with that. Like that would be hard for me to live with. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
yeah, like wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
We've actually seen that
Right, Robin.
come up multiple times, and because when you have these expectations that your kids should just be X, Y, and Z, but you never set the framework for it.
Yeah.
And the
Right.
things that were kind of probably, maybe they tried with you or whatever the case, your parents or grandparents or whoever was in those roles, and you may have rejected it or not seen it, but even still, the pushback for certain things kind of gets wired into your mind, in the back of your mind. So with certain
Mhm,
behaviors, and so naturally, you still internalize some of that, and
mhm,
then that helped to shape you or mold you in some
mhm,
way, which clearly is what you're seeing in the next generation. Is like, well, why is it? Well, sometimes it's because you deviated from all of that,
mhm,
right? And said, fuck it, I'm just not I'm gonna be totally permissive in my parenting.
mhm.
um and that is just one of the most dangerous things you can do with a child, because structure is like really important and they love that shit. Children love structure. And it's
Mhm.
the craziest thing. You would think they don't, but they do, because it kind of gives them a way in which to direct their energies. And then they'll all kind of like they function with it. Um, but I'm gonna tell you though, there's no real book on this parenting thing. It is something you just kind of you gotta, you flow with, you find your flow with, and then you're fully alive and present for that part of the journey.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah. So I personally love the whole process. I love it, man. It's
Parenting.
inspiring. Oh fuck yeah, it's
Yeah.
inspiring.
But you're like that. That's and you are, because you're like that with kids, period. Like even if they're not your own, like they don't have to be your biological children. You're like a mentor. Like kids could look up to you, or could, you know what I'm saying? Like you're not doing it on purpose. It's your personality. Like you're not looking to be somebody's mentor. It's just really just who you are.
Man,
And
yeah.
you like to share, and you like to see children prosper, people just in general, like do well, and if you can help in any way, you will. You've always been that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny you mentioned that. So when we were out camping, well, we took these kids out to the lake and we did kayaking.
Mhm.
And it was these two big boys. And so we were talking and woo to woo to woo. It's the first time I met them, and so we're out there playing, and I'm fucking with all the kids. Like I'm rocking their kayaks. I'm doing. I'm just being hella extra, just
Right.
hella extra, extra. Well, anyway, fast forward. It was about a month and a half later, and those kids came to another event,
Uh-huh.
and they sought me out. Like they went around looking, and then found me,
Mhm.
and and we started to talk, right? And what was interesting was, to your point, there was a part where I was cooking the food for everybody,
Mhm.
and the kid is talking to me about something, and I remember making this statement about, I said, oh, I'm a nerd. And he looks at me, and he had this puzzled look on his face, like, because he's looking at me, he's like, nigga, you don't match the description of a nerd. And
Mhm.
I was like, oh no, I'm hell of a nerd. I said, so and then one of the ladies that was there, she was like, "Oh no, the nigga is a nerd. Like, he is a." And
Mhm.
this kid's face just lit up. And then he whispered, kind of like, he's like, "Yeah, I'm a band geek." And I didn't hear it. And I said, "What did you say? What were you saying?" He said, and then he said it a little bit louder, but he
Mhm.
wasn't confident in being able to verbalize,
To say I'm a
like,
band
nigga,
geek out loud.
yeah, like, this is who I am.
Mhm.
And by the time we ended up talking, he was freely talking about being a geek, and he started geeking out about the things he likes about band. I'm
Good.
geeking out about the shit that I like about whatever the fuck it is I'm learning. And it was just in that moment, I saw him grab a hold of something that he didn't have prior to. And it
Mhm.
was just a
Yeah.
casual encounter.
Good.
And I know that that carries with kids because they'll remember moments like that where, you know, they felt like I'm like I was seen in this moment.
Mhm.
I felt seen, right? I
Mhm.
felt acknowledged.
Mhm.
Man, but it
And
was
it's okay to be and to love what you love. You don't have to fit in some type of mold or box.
no.
You know what I'm saying? That is if my thing is too, like when we're raising children, um the younger they are when they feel empowerment, and the better for me that their life will go. Like the sooner, and I would tell Josh this, like the sooner you love yourself, and you're okay with yourself, and you're confident, and you love yourself, the sooner you get there, the better your life will be long
Come
term. Because
on,
a lot of
cousin.
times it takes so much time for someone to get to that stage in their life. Sometimes people are in their 50s before they get there. They've lived 40 something years of their life, for example, not feeling empowered, not loving themselves, not going through all this shit. And then they get in their 50s and 60s, and I mean, it's never too late, but now
Never.
they're on the downward spiral of their life. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm like, if we just feed this shit into our kids young, and let my little nigga wanted out, he was playing football, and that nigga wanted to play the flute, and I almost lost it. The nigga was, I think he was in the fourth grade or some shit, I can't remember. And my husband was like, by this time my husband was in our life, he said, let the little nigga play the flute. Now my yeah, you know my husband, he's the gangster nigga, okay? So he's far from a flute motherfucker. So I was surprised when my husband said, let the little nigga play the flute. Because I said, the flute? First of all, my son was a big. I'm like, your ass, if anything, should be playing the motherfucking saxophone. Look, I'm gonna tell him what instrument to play. You don't fit the flute, nigga. You too big for a flute. The hell? The fuck you look like playing a flute with your big ass? No. But okay, I had to digress, right? Let the little nigga play the flute. I will never regret that, letting him play the flute. That shit lasted 3 weeks, and he was done with the motherfucking flute. I'm so glad I didn't buy it. I rented it. We rented the flute, and he lasted 3 weeks with that motherfucker and was done with it. But he can't ever say I didn't let him play the flute. He was in the choir. Let the little nigga do it all.
Listen, look, that shit, it goes so far because he would never have the opportunity to blame you
Mm-hmm.
or blame someone for not allowing him to try something. And even if it didn't work, right? Which obviously it didn't.
Mm-hmm.
But the beauty was allowing him, and Ralph was right on though, because you want to empower your kids, right? And it's
Mm-hmm.
really important to empower them. And to your, like, I was, when you started talking, like you was reading my motherfucking story, because it took me years. It took me years to finally get to the point where I realized, man, I had this shit wrong. I'm looking on the outside when the whole time the party was on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I'm looking for all this external validation bullshit, but it's like, nigga, you was already dope.
Yes,
You just
that's
didn't fucking
it.
believe that you was
We
dope.
we gotta feed that into our kids that you are fucking dope. If we could do that when they're little, like you said, that little boy said, He was so excited to hear that this cool guy, he's looking at you and he's looking at you like you're too cool to be a geek. A nerd.
A nerd, yeah.
You're too cool. You look too cool to be a nerd. You can't be a nerd. He walked away from that experience like he was a nerd. Now and he's like, I'm a band geek. And it's
It's,
okay.
it's
It's
fucking
okay.
okay.
Like, I don't know if anybody ever told you it's okay to be a band geek. It's okay to read books.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a
It's okay. You don't have to do what everybody, you're good just the way you are. Like, the sooner these little kids embrace their truth within reason, like, don't let the little niggas go crazy. But you know what I'm saying? They still gotta have structure and shit. Talking about, well, he likes to stay out late, smoke weed, and do Molly. So I just let him do him. No, that's not what I'm saying. There still has to be structure. I'm talking about healthy shit. I'm talking about letting these motherfuckers express themselves however they want, and just I say just love on our kids and with guidance. And if the motherfuckers like to color, let them color. I mean,
and
maybe they'll be artists. I mean, we don't know.
and the thing, another like an important piece, and this kind of speaks to some of the things that were even being talked about in the chat. But another important piece when it comes to children is you have to let them fail. You gotta let them fail at things. You gotta let them fall off some shit. You gotta let them pick themselves back up.
Ooh, that's so
Rather
hard.
than collaring them, and my son climbs on shit and jumps off, and yeah, I don't want the little nigga to bust his head to the white meat. No. But at the end of the day, if I'm looking at it and I know, well, okay, well, he'll fall off and then he'll see. Yeah, he's gonna fall off and he'll be jarred for a minute. And
Mm-hmm,
then, I just look at him and say, come on, man. All
mm-hmm,
right, come on, get up and let's go. Or get up and come work on. Let's go do this over here. And it's kind of like a way in which I'm just reaffirming the fact, okay, well, you did it. Obviously, you don't like the results of that. So you got two options. You can learn from it and then grow from it,
mm-hmm,
or you don't learn shit from it and you keep doing the shit. Right? And then you keep getting the same result. So the thing is like letting them do that, because what it does, it builds resilience and
mm-hmm.
it builds their reliance upon, I can make decisions. I can do this stuff. Um, my uncle Charles told me something one time. He said, and I was hella young. I was a teenager, and I don't even know why he told me this shit. But he told me this, and he said he was telling me about how you
Good
teach
night,
something.
Rooks.
Hey,
Love
good night.
you.
Good night. Thanks for sliding.
We
But
almost done, Rooks.
um, but he
Mhm,
said when you're teaching a kid how to do something, he told me, he said, never tell a kid, see, I told you you could do it. He said,
uh,
because the reason why you don't want to tell a kid that, he said, because in their mind somewhere, they're not able to connect that I did this.
mhm,
Right? Because he said, what they'll do is they'll look at, well, they said I could do it. And it's always when somebody else. So you're just consistently externalizing. He didn't use that word, but
mhm.
this is kind of what I'm seeing now as I'm older. But
Hey,
he was
Anti.
like, oh yeah, what's good, Anti? Oh, here she go fucking my name up again, but I'm gonna let it slide right now.
I didn't
Um,
get to it yet. She a fool. Go ahead.
but yeah, he was just like, you that's not the way of approach. He said when you talk to kids and you're working with them, right? He said you got to empower them.
Yeah.
So it's like it's not so much about, oh, I told you you could do it. It said it's like, how do you feel about that?
Mm-hmm.
Man, I'm excited. Did you think you could accomplish that? Yeah or no, whatever the fuck they say. He said, but you work from that space because
Mm-hmm.
you're not taking ownership of their glories. So
Ownership. Yeah.
yeah, so
Yeah, see,
fast
I
forward,
told you you could do it. It's like you're taking away power.
you're
Like, it's
taking away
like,
their
yes, you
power.
did do it. good job. Just encourage, not see, I told you you can, so therefore you did, because I
Therefore you
told
did,
you.
because you listened to me.
Yeah,
So
because you
then
listened to me.
I'm
Yeah.
still doubting my ability to make
Right.
decisions, my ability to factor things and come up with solutions and conclusions. And he
Mm-hmm.
said, so, it's something that's so, he said it just kind of flies under the radar, but
Mm-hmm.
it just kind of works against that one particular principle. And
Mm-hmm.
obviously not for everyone, but he said ultimately it's just a practice. And
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you, fast forward, you know, taking that same principle and then applying that to, the whole motto of, I don't take credit for your glories, and I also don't take responsibilities for your challenges.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Right.
not going to do that.
Right.
No, I'm
You
not.
can't have your cake and eat it too. We're not gonna
Nah,
take
nah, nah, nah.
responsibility for their good or their bad. Like, we just,
Can't do it. I
yep.
can't do it because, you like Janye called me recently, sent me a text message and was like, she got another scholarship for college,
Mm-hmm.
and she sought that out herself. When she was first starting college, I was telling her, I said, there's no point of you, not with your grades, there's no point of you paying for college. There's no point. I said, you are far too intelligent. You had a fucking 4.0 all through school. I said, there's no way you should pay. And she got a really good scholarship, but there still was a small balance. I said, apply for those other scholarships out there. Well, for 2.5 years, she never did. She just started applying for scholarships, but I stopped talking. I just left it alone. I said,
Mm-hmm.
okay, you don't mind paying for it, and that's what it's going to be. Well, I paid for it the first year. But other than that, outside of that.
Right.
So, but she got the message on her own, and she was so fucking excited to the point where she was like, "Man, I'm about to start looking for more." That's not an opportunity for me to see. See, I told you if you do not. I
Right.
was like,
Right.
man, yo, that's fucking, you killing this shit out here, little girl.
Right. Right.
That's what I'm talking. Like, I love that for you, like in a
Right.
real way. And she's motivated because she sees she has her own buy-in.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the piece, right? Is with any level of maturation when it comes to kids or even adults, people have to have their own buy-in. So if people can grab a hold of what their buy-in is, oh, that's where the fun happens. And
Mm-hmm.
that's where the joy comes in their process and owning their process. So it's just a beautiful thing. So that's just how I feel about that shit, though. Man. But looking at the time, man, we are at the fucking hour.
We are.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
So what I'm hearing everybody say is, we just gonna keep rolling the way we rolling, just unhinged, unlatched, just showing up on Thursdays. Now next Thursday we be off. I'm in office next Thursday. So
It's
we won't
Thanksgiving. You're not even in office on
Oh,
Thursday.
I'm not. Next week is Thanksgiving. Oh my god.
Nigga,
It sure
storytelling
is.
ass nigga.
Man. What y'all cooking? Okay, don't tell me, because I gotta go. I gotta go to bed. But I am. Here we go with these Thanksgiving. Listen, I don't want nobody posting food if it don't look right, include myself. We not doing no
Oh, you know what'll
Thanksgiving
be
plate.
funny? You know what'll be hilarious?
The little raggedy ass Thanksgiving plates y'all gonna be putting up on the
Hey,
picture on
what,
Instagram.
what if we flame people's plates the next time we come back?
I'm down. Hey, if y'all see some crazy Thanksgiving plans, I look at this email right here. We are unlatched@gmail.com. I want y'all to send us pictures of these holiday plates y'all come across, so we could talk about them. Let's talk about it. Okay, Robin's making lasagna. Robin,
Oh,
if you make a lasagna,
don't you put no
don't
raisins in
you
that
put
shit.
no
Raisins.
what's inside of it,
Hey,
Robin?
no. Hey,
Hey, Robin. Hey, what kind of lasagna? Okay, don't tell us.
no, wait a minute. On that note, y'all, I had my best friend growing up, he was white, and his family, they used to make some different shit. But his mother made a fucking enchiladas with raisins in that bitch. Now, mind you,
Wait. Hell no.
wait a minute, them motherfuckers was slapping though.
They were good. Oh my god, I wouldn't even have tasted that.
Listen, I was what, middle
He
school
said
or
it was
something.
stopping.
Hey,
Oh
there
my
was
god.
raisins. I to that point and to this day, I have never ran back across nothing like that. But she did that shit.
What they
And
say
that
they
shit
put
was,
raisins in potato salad or some shit.
oh
Oh my god.
man.
Y'all
Yeah.
better cut it out. She said I don't post pics of my food. Okay. Why not, Robin? Come on.
Oh, Robin, don't do
Put
that. We ain't
raisins
gonna be.
in it.
If
She
we
said,
know
"Ew."
you did it, we're not gonna be that harsh. Now, because we fucks with you, right? So
All a fool.
we ain't gonna be that harsh.
Anti,
Not
do
on
you
y'all.
cook? Does Anti cook?
Anti don't do
How
no
old
damn
is
cooking.
Anti? Anti, are you grown? No, I'm just kidding.
Anti probably about 24 in this motherfucker.
No, Anti's got to be older than 24.
I don't believe all that.
I
shit.
think she's older because you could tell by the way people talk and speak. Like when she's talking, she sounds older, like she's a grown ass woman type shit.
Sound like she's just an old soul to me.
Oh, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
I wonder. Because you know Tia damn near 50 and Tia, so she gotta be close to Tia age.
Tia is not near 50.
Yeah, okay, she's not there.
Don't put her.
Tia's in her 40s, like me. Well,
Don't
she's
put
younger
her
than
up
me.
like
Tia's
that.
younger than me. I'm 48.
Isn't Tia shorter than you?
Oh, Robin's 44.
Ain't Tia shorter than you?
I
Don't
think
she? Shouldn't she get a check for that?
I'm 5'3". Oh, he trying to clown.
Shouldn't Tia get a
I'm
check for
putting on my socks, y'all. That's what I'm doing.
that? Tia, there's a check. There's a check for people like you.
What's Tia talking about? You better stop. Look, Jason lies.
I don't even know who that is.
Oh, she said she feel 58. Robin said. Okay, so it's Thanksgiving next week. So okay, so you guys have. I'll be online. I'll be around. You know that. You guys can always email us at our email going across the screen.
You got Fortnite over 40 on Sunday.
We got Fortnite over 40 still on Sundays. You can stream a game on Sundays. You guys are always welcome to come and say hi, even if you don't play. But anyway, we love y'all. Yeah, I gotta go to work in the morning. We know you're 4 feet, Jason. Okay, look.
Listen, move past that shit because she lying. She lying.
I know you fucking lying. Wait a minute.
She knows she on some bullshit with that one.
My husband in there snoring. He in there having a ball. He's sleeping in his chair.
Tell that nigga he need to get a CPAP. Both of y'all need to stop fucking around.
I'm getting one. I already got my appointment set.
Oh, you got it?
No, not the CPAP. I got the appointment. I gotta have the test done.
Sleep study.
Yeah,
the sleep please study. Get that shit done. I'm telling you, it's gonna change your life, and you might have to change your breathing part, the mask part. You might have to change that. Don't trip, because there's other options.
What you mean?
Well, if they're usually gonna give you like the full one, the one that goes over your bridge. Of your nose and
I don't want that one.
There's that one. They got the ones. Mine just comes up under my nose, but then it still covers my mouth because I'm a mouth breather.
Okay, so you open your mouth and breathe out of your mouth. I do. You know, they said I did that in the hospital when I was in the hospital.
Yeah.
The nurse said I was sleeping with my mouth open.
Right. So mouth breathers, usually you want to have something that covers, that keeps the pressure in your mouth to keep that closed. But I'm telling you, it is a life fucking changer. Now, I'm not sure what we're doing here and why would y'all bring that back out.
Because Tia said, this is what Tia said. Tia
doesn't have no culture.
Look how big that chair is. Tia, is this what you're referring to?
No, it's when you sit in the king's chair. King's chairs is always like that. King's chairs is built like that. It's just to say, nigga, I'm here in this motherfucker, and I'm occupying all.
I'm so glad I caught you like you know. We glad you came too, Robin. This is my cousin, Robin. This is my blood cousin. His name is Jason. He goes by the Dynamicist.
My name is not Jason. My actual
Oh
name is
God.
Jason.
His name is
I go
Jason.
by Dynamis is here or Just Breathe when I'm playing the game. Hey, I'm gonna play tonight because you ditched me today, and I'm
I
not
didn't
too
think
happy
I
about
was
it.
working. You was supposed to be working too.
Listen, don't tell me what I was supposed to be doing. Don't tell me what I
You
was supposed to be doing. What
you
I
were
was supposed
supposed
to
to
be
be
doing
working.
was no, I wasn't. I was on my break.
Oh, well, I was too for a minute, and then I had to go. I had to go. I only played 2 games, so I don't know if I'm gonna play tonight. I don't know.
I don't
I
know,
guess I
but
could.
either way, I'm getting
Ralph
on.
is in there
So
sleeping.
Tia, if I see you online and you ignore my
Tia,
motherfucking
yeah, Tia, you need to stop
my
ignoring
invite,
Jason's invites.
I'm gonna have a problem.
He wants to play Fortnite.
And I will come to that Keebler Elf little tree that you stand up there because I know where the Keebler Elves
You see
is.
this comment? Can I call you Jay?
Absolutely, you can call me Jay. Jay works fine. Like I go by Jay too.
Yeah, he
But
does go by Jay. Maybe I should start because I'm gonna call him Jason to the day of the last breath I take, and he's just
it's just,
gonna have to deal with that. I
that's
don't
just
see what the
because you're
problem is.
disrespectful. Because you know what's interesting? You call Truth by Truth, but you don't never use her real name. Never.
But hers is easy
Never.
truth.
Nah, don't give me that easy shit.
The dynamics is hard to say. You see, Yogi tries to say it. He fucks it up every
Look.
time.
You
The
can't use
dynamic.
Yogi as an
The
example.
dynamic. I'll be like, oh my
Don't
God.
use Yogi as an example. And then hold on. How's she gonna say who just so now she don't know who that was.
Just
That's why she was ignoring the invites.
She
Okay.
didn't know. Yeah, she didn't know that was
She
you.
didn't know who that was. Okay, I see. We've only played like 8 million times, but it's all good.
All right, I love you, Cuzzo, and I love you guys. I love the chat. I love everybody.
Yeah, I love you guys, man. Thank y'all for sliding, man. It's always a pleasure. It really
Yes,
is, man. We
always.
look forward to seeing you guys. And if you
And
see the
if you
kids
have
pop up,
anything you want to say, just send it to the email. We need to get more emails.
Kents.
What is the question? Where are the Kents? Oh, they're
Kents.
here. Okay, we love you,
No,
Kents.
Kents are not here. They're not.
They might be in the bushes.
They're not here because they didn't even say hi or hello or nothing at all.
Oh,
So
they
Kents,
didn't.
if you're listening or you see this on replay, we coming for you.
Uh-oh. What if they popped in
you.
right now? That shit would be so fun if they were like, good night.
No, because they know.
Oh my God.
Tia,
I'd be like, you
clip
lying.
this shit right here.
I know you
Tell
fucking
them we got a motherfucking problem, sir. We got a problem. Because I was looking forward to seeing you guys
I'm
talk
about to
y'all
get
shit.
off, but guess what? I meant to tell you real quick and then I gotta go. Chiba. I had it for the first time tonight. I just had one of their Italian sandwich. It was good.
Nigga.
I had it delivered.
That Chiba Hut, and then if you look up the secret menu too, they got a secret menu online. Man, listen, they sandwiches be slapping. I be getting that Cali Miss.
Okay, I saw that on there. It starts with a K, right?
Yeah, that
Okay.
Cali Miss.
I didn't know which one you get. I saw it on there. I'm gonna get that next time.
I'll get that, and sometimes I'll add au jus sauce, that dipping sauce shit on the side.
Really? Okay, I'm gonna try that. I got the Italian one. This time it was good too. Okay, but thank you for that. I'm gonna go eat the rest of my sandwich. All right, I love y'all. Happy holidays, and we'll see you later. Good night.
Have a good one.